I'm Hank Tatum with the Oglethorpe Echo. Coach Campbell, the first season here at Oglethorpe County, what's your coaching philosophy?
I really focus on fundamentals. I want to make sure the kids can catch the ball, throw the ball, hit the ball. If we can do those, we'll be fine.
Okay. How has that adapted over the years? You were at McIntosh County Academy before that. How has that grown?
It's all the same. It's repetition. It's doing the same things in practice, making practice as live as possible so they understand the pressure of a game and get them ready for the games, and they're coming.
Gotcha. When we last talked, I think a big thing that you mentioned was creating that culture of winning. You said that losing is not acceptable. It's going to happen. How do you do that? First years with the team, how do you make sure you create that culture and start to move that direction?
Well, you got to learn. You have to learn how to win, and people learn how to lose. You have to learn how to deal with the loss and learn from it and move forward for the next play. You can't worry about what happened and how you lost. You just got to learn from it, flush it, move on to the next game, because they come every week. There'll be 3 a week. So if you're dwelling on Monday's game, Tuesday and Thursday are going to turn out to be the same way. So you just got to let it go, learn from it, and keep moving.
You mentioned that you've got a lot of fast players and you're going to be very active on the base pass this season. How aggressive is that going to be? Is that something you're running all the time? What does that look like for you?
In high school baseball, pressure kills, and we are fortunate to have about 7 kids that can really run. So if they're on base, they're moving. They get thrown out, but they're going to be going. We're going to go. We're going to move people around, and it's going to be fun to watch. It's good baseball to watch. People get tired of watching pitchers that are dominating. I like when a pitcher's dominating, but that's not what fans want. Fans want to see scores, but I think we'll be able to put some runs on the board.
Gotcha. Then talking a little bit more position-wise here, what are some of the biggest strengths of your batting lineup, 1 through 9?
Speed. Got a couple kids that can actually hit the ball pretty good. Got a couple power kids, but we got a lot of fast kids, so they're going to put the ball on the ground and outrun it. There'll be probably 3 kids out there that'll try to put it over the fence. The thing I got to stay away from is the little kids trying to put it over the fence, because that turns into pop-ups. But everybody likes the home run, but I like to really add pressure with the small ball kind of stuff.
When we talked last, you said you have a lot of young arms, a very deep bullpen. What do you expect from that bullpen and then your starting rotation as well?
There's going to be some growing curve. I mean, there's 9 kids that can throw the ball. There's probably only 2 or 3 that's ever actually been in a high school baseball game. So there's a lot of learning that comes in that. You can throw a bullpen all day long, but when there's live fans and live batters, it changes everything a little bit. So there's going to be a learning curve there in these early games of them getting comfortable being on the mound, them getting comfortable with people looking at them. So it's going to be a little bit of a learning curve, but they're really learning how to control their pitches and how to manipulate the ball with their fingers versus trying to yank the ball. So they're learning a lot.
Gotcha. Let's go position by position here. Let's talk about your battery first. Catcher, starting rotation. What do you like there?
Catcher's up for grabs.
Okay.
Really haven't narrowed in the catching position. We got a really good outfitter that can catch. We have a really good third baseman that can catch, and we got a wrestler that is not here yet. Hopefully he'll win a state championship. So we'll see him when he gets here. So there's 3 kids fighting for it, and whoever wins, wins. Pitching-wise, we have 2 kids that I'm really happy with, and I really like where they're at right now. We have 1 kid coming off injury, so he's not really throwing yet, but he's pitched before, so I think he'll be ready when he's back. And then I got a bunch of young arms that I'm trying to rein in.
Gotcha.
So those would be the relievers. I mean, there's a freshman coming up that's a big kid. He can really sling. It comes from the left side, so I'm happy to see him.
And who is that specifically?
Jackson Tatum.
Okay.
He's a young kid, but he's a big, strong kid. He played football for us, so he'll be exciting to see.
Gotcha. Let's talk about the infield a little bit. What are some of their strengths in the infield on defense as well as kind of through the batting order?
Well, I think the middle of the infield is going to be really tough. They're really fast kids, like really fast. They're getting really good fundamentally wise, so I think they're going to get to the ball. The kid that hurt his arm is playing first base, so he's going to be able to pick it. He's a natural middle infielder, but he's going to be playing first a lot just to get him right. But his glove's great, and it's going to be solid.
Gotcha. And then last, the outfield. What do you like defensively there?
All fast kids.
Okay.
Right?
Get to the ball.
They can go.
Cover a lot of ground.
If it's in the air, we're going to catch it.
Okay.
If it's anywhere, if it's not a line drive, it might get down. But if it's in the air, it's going to get caught.
Yeah, and then your bullpen, I know you talked about it a little bit, but how much are you going to have to rely on that bullpen, and what do you expect to get from them?
It might be game to game. Like one kid might have it, and we ride with him. One might get out there and struggle because they're so young, and we'll bring in another one. And that'll just be game to game going through them. And they'll separate themselves, and some will grow and some will struggle, and we'll figure it out as we go.
Yeah. Last question, specific message or a theme that you have for this season, in your first season with the team. Is there something that you could pinpoint and say, this is what our team's going to be about this year?
It's all about the next play.
Okay.
Next play. If you make a mistake, you make an error, it's always about the next play. And how we handle that, will determine how the season is. Because there's going to be great hits. You just can't get on that roller coaster of baseball highs and lows. It's always next play. You make a great play, great, it's over. You make an error, great, it's over. Next play, next play, next play, and turns out that's how we'll win.
Great. Thanks, Coach.
And I appreciate it.
So playing on this team last year, new coach this year, and I know the season hasn't started, but what's the biggest difference that you've noticed from last year to this year already?
I believe we're putting in a lot more work. We're getting to know him better. He's getting to know us, and we're doing a lot of work.
How's that transition been from a former coach and kind of, like you mentioned, that process of getting to know him?
I think we're doing pretty good. At first, everybody was a little scared, you know, just from him being in the Marines or whatever.
Yeah.
But everybody's getting to know him. We're doing good.
That's awesome. What's one thing that people don't know about him?
He's very, he'll act like he's getting on to you, but he's not. He's just trying to push you, and that's just how he is.
Gotcha. What's a personal goal? I know you said you're dealing with the arm injury, so it's forced you to first base. What's one of your personal goals for this season?
This year, I'm just trying to get back to pitch and do as best as I can, do better than last year, hopefully.
Gotcha. And, you know, is there any timetable on when you might be able to get back to pitching?
I've been out for almost 6 months now, but I'm getting better. I got some patches that Tiz has been working on this with me. He's a personal trainer, so it's working, getting better slowly but steadily. So.
That's awesome. Best of luck getting back out there.
Thank you.
How do you feel the chemistry is between the team right now, and maybe even compared to last year?
Last year was not very good, but this year I feel like it's coming better. A lot more new players, freshmen, and we're all getting to know each other better. So
yeah, opening day is about 2 weeks away. How ready are you for the season?
I'm ready. I'm very excited. I think we're going to be a pretty decent team, solid all around, and I'm ready to go.
Cool. Thanks, Jacob.
Yes, sir.